us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it in a sense, a feel of discontent.
Chad, baby, what is going on? I hope you guys are doing well this beautiful Wednesday morning, as you guys can see. For the first time, Chad, it's been a long time. I think the last time actually was Friday, funny enough. But you have got both of the 2Gs in the building, back to the OG ways. Mr. Miles, before we get into it, is out of office today. Bonang is also got some things he's doing, so he will not be on stream with us today. But I got you something even better. Chris has been doing a little bit of right, so we let him out the cupboard today. Chris, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, Keegs. Good to be back on stream. How's everyone doing?
Holy, it's the big man, Chris. Yeah, guys, at this time we need to really figure out if he's actually still a streamer or if he's more of like just an influencer at the moment, or what's going on there. At this point, I think he's just an indicator trader, but we're going to have to see see if he can still trade here at the London session. But Chad, we're going to open up. There's obviously a lot happening today. It is FOMC day. So obviously, again, that's not really going to affect the London session. But we do know all roads are going to lead to FOMC today. And the big question is Powell wearing the purple tie or the red tie tonight? But we'll talk a little bit more about that. But before we get into anything, as always, we're going to open up with a prayer. And just because it's special at the man's here, Chris, I'm going to ask if you will open us up with a prayer.
Brother. I will. Chad, let's bow our heads. Let's get into the prayer. Father, we just want to thank you for another day. Thank you for bringing us all back safely here. Father, we just want to thank you for your grace and your mercies that are new every single day. We pray that you will be with us during this session as we go about it. We pray for insight. We pray for a clear head, clear mind. Pray that we will make good decisions. We also pray that you will be with our families that are about their day, our children. Father, we also pray for our communities, our cities, our country as a whole. Father, we just pray that your hand will be over it. And we also pray for a hedge of protection around us here in our offices, over our businesses, and also for everyone in the chat, everyone that supports this channel, everyone listening to our voice. Father, we also pray that you'll meet them right there where they are at, in their lives, in their business, in their relationships, Father, that they can draw closer to you and not further away from you, but that they will humble themselves in prayer and come to you, Father. We thank you for this day. We thank you already in advance that you've already put a path in front of us, Father, and you say that no weapon formed against us shall remain or prosper, and we thank you for that. And we ask this not because we deserve it, because we don't. We are sinful by nature. We're born into sin, but purely because of your grace and your mercies that are new every single day. And we pray this and we ask this in the mighty name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And if you believe it, Chad, you can drop an amen right now in the chat.
Amen. Beautiful stuff there, Chad. The man's bringing it big time. Yeah, he's coming back here today. But Chad, let's get right into it. So starting us off, I'm gonna basically open up here quickly. We'll just have a little bit of the fundamental chat and see what there is to look at on the market today. So what we're going to see here again, NZD, I don't think there's anyone here in the chat that trades that, but that was pretty much just after midnight. And then again, only red folders we have is FOMC and federal funds rate coming out tonight. And then a little bit of construction PMI for the pound at 10.30. So we'll keep a little bit of a lookout for that, but nothing too crazy we really need to worry about there. So let's go to the charts and see what is happening. So let's start us off with DXY. Now, the dollar, guys, we've been talking about this. I've been leading a bit more to the bearish side of things, and we're really just seeing that start to really continue and play out now. The monthly pivot is still above us, so we can see that play out. When we do go over to the weekly over here, nicest pullback into that key level, holding and coming bearish. So again, I'm definitely still leaning bearish. Do prefer that. And we would have to see something drastically happen with FOMC tonight, which could potentially change that. Otherwise, I think that is going to be the thing. Even if we look here, the dollar on the 4-hour IN 2000 is also saying it's going to be bearish. So going to be quite an interesting
sorry,
one.
man. It's going to bother me. The way Bonang's camera was, just put the chat back there with just hide his window.
Is that fine? We'll just put the chat back there.
Yeah. Can you see the chat?
There we go. I can see the chat.
Okay,
There we go. Okay.
Nice.
All right, Chad. But let's just say, so we're going to see that obviously continue a little bit more bearish, and we'll see what will happen there. Moving into a little bit of a gap open up this morning, and the fact we're already going bearish under Asia lows, good chance we're going to go for that closure, and then we'll see what happens. Again, the main event I always talk about, going to be weekly S1 and previous daily low. We can see potential volume, whether that is a fake out to continue and reversal, or are we going to see it break, find volume, consolidate, and then break even further lower into the rest of the day. So we'll just keep a lookout for that. Going over to NASDAQ, let's have a look here. Still pretty much that neutral outlook, but I am going to be leading bearish, Chad. I do like the more bearish move, and we're going to talk about that again now. You've been hearing me say, again, we've been neutral, and the same thing is once we tested a level, we broke away. The next day, you now need to confirm that hold. And that was the thing. We traded into the yearly pivot, holding that area over there. So now today, you turn it around, taking that retest. Can we continue already on the daily, taking a previous daily high? Obviously, again, that does lead to the idea we had a gap up. So we want to see, firstly, this gap needs to close over here. Secondly, I always talk to you guys about it. If things like this happen, it's first going to have to close. And this is where we're going to want to see, does this hold naturally as support normally? And then can it continue back bullish? Or are we going to see it basically trade into this, consolidate, and as I said, break further lower? The weekly pivot is also here, but still leaning a bit more bearish on the indices. USD, same thing pretty much. You guys are going to see it. We traded back into this level. How did now? The big thing for me yesterday or the previous day was I said to you guys why we stayed neutral was that doji. I always say to you guys in indices, yes, if we had a key area, we can find a rejection, but a lot of the time you can literally see there, and you can keep going down to where there's doji candles. They like to fake out and then still continue a little bit more further bullish. This time around, we held that momentum. We did reject off of this daily key level, turning bearish. Now we're at the weekly key level, and again, no bottom wick. So we're on a first take note of that. No bottom wick on this daily, trading bullish, and again, this leads to the same idea that we did have a gap up here. I don't know if this will show. I think on the lower time frames maybe. All right, so this is showing here on US30 that we have this, but I think on my broker feed it was showing that there was a gap here somewhere. But end of the day, I mean, you could argue about that little thing there. But this happening, obviously, there you can see in the market open. So as I said, this might show here, but on the brokers it shows as a gap. So first thing first, same as dollar. If this holds underneath here, we hold this, good chance we're coming all the way back down for the gap fill. And then obviously that lines up again with previous daily lows. So we want to see two things come into play there. The EQ Asia lows I think are going to be very important in US30 today. And if we continue to have that momentum, can see that switch around. So still leaning bearish over there. Then lastly with gold. Gold is obviously very, very much bullish on the way back to all-time highs. We spoke about this. Taking out this key area, holding that monthly back above the yearly R1, weekly R1, and yesterday daily R1 went to R2. So again, very, very simple stuff there for you guys. Weekly R1 on the time frame, you guys would then know. Same as the daily time frames and that, just on the higher scale. If weekly R1 held, you're going to a weekly R2, and you can see how that played out quite nicely over there. The 4 hour also giving the bars still holding out quite nicely and strong there. The 1 hour still will actually hit its TP, so that's pretty much done on the 1 hour. But trying to hold out there. So the big thing I want to take note of now, which we're going to focus on, is here on the 15, so the lower time frame for the day. Now obviously we've traded right back down into this weekly R2, so Asia highs, Asia lows on that daily S1. So what I want to see play out over here is again daily pivot. So we're going to take note of this level over there, seeing it come into the highs here. Can this break above, find support, go for those Asia highs and see a drive of volume? Otherwise, does that reject, and then we come back down, Asia lows, previous weekly highs, all of this to come down and test over here. And then we can see the same thing. Do we break, continue, or do we break and reverse? So that's going to be the plays here for me today. And obviously we'll see what IN 2000 gives for us as well. But that's everything from me, guys. Over to you, Chris.
Alrighty, Keeks. Thanks so much, Chad. Obviously, I haven't done a weekly analysis for you guys, so I'm quickly going to do a top-down here, starting off with the dollar. Weekly, starting off the week, I have actually been bullish, purely based off the idea that we've got a confirmed support here. I'm not saying that we are going to continue bullish because for very obvious reasons, we've got this previous breakout zone right there. So, wait, give me one sec here, Keys. Is that better?
Yeah, a little bit more to your right. A little bit more,
Alrighty.
like an inch. There you go.
So for obvious reasons, that's a breakout level that we tested last week. And for us to really get some bullishness back into the dollar, we're going to have to start closing back inside of this range right there. But we do have a confirmed support, and this weekly candle will just show us whether the bears are still in control, because if we close this weekly candle bearish like that, that is a new break of structure. This becomes your starting point for a next leg lower. Otherwise, with FOMC, depending on what Powell says tonight, we can actually see some bullishness coming back. Again, looking at Fed futures, no rate cut expected tonight. No rate cut expected for June. So I want you guys to quickly look at that. The previous week, there was a chance, a 37.1% chance of rates being held steady. There was a 60% chance of the first rate cut happening in June. You can see that has completely shifted. So no rate cut currently expected for June. First rate cut potentially expected for the end of July. So this is something to note. There is a little bit of a shift in terms of that stance. So weekly for me, still neutral to bullish, I can say. On the daily time frame, however, not the cleanest chart that I've ever seen in my life, but something we can work with. And if you look at this, we currently have this. Oh, damn. We currently have this daily range. We've got a range high here that's acting as a resistance. We've got a potential support down here, but currently on the daily, we are bearish. We've got consecutive bearish daily candle closures. Yesterday's daily candle trying to flip above the previous daily high, failed to do so. That for me is quite a bearish sign, Chad. So look at that. That is a liquidity sweep. That is bulls trying to take control of this market, failing to do so. And now we are starting to go bearish on the day. So very likely for me, before FOMC tonight, I do think we could be trading somewhere here. And that's really going to test the commitment of the bulls. All right. Lower time frame real quick. 15-minute time frame. Let's see where we are trading. So trading below Asia lows, a little bit of a gap to the upside being filled. Only way I can really get bullish on the dollar now for the rest of the day or the rest of the session is if we can trade back inside of the Asia range. Otherwise, we are going all the way back to the previous daily low and even lower. All right. Looking at NAS, real quick here. Keys, I might run over chat, so I do apologize for that. But looking at NAS on the weekly, I am bullish. Why am I bullish? We've got a minor break of structure here from the downside. You can see there we failed to continue lower. That lower high was supposed to be a swing point if we were going to continue lower, but failed to do so. So I'm actually bullish on the weekly, and we are now trading back inside of this range. We've got a minor resistance level to the side there. Just want to show you guys there. And then after that, it's quite clear sailing back into all-time highs. All right, so bullish for me on the week. Let me just shift that quickly. Let's check the daily. Daily, however, is a little bit tricky. I'm actually bearish on the day, purely based off the reason that we've got a confirmed resistance there. Let me just clear that out. We've got this 200 daily EMA, and if we are going to continue bullish, we need to stay above that 200 daily EMA. Otherwise, things are going to start getting bearish here for us. Let's just do that. Alrighty, confirmed resistance, potential support down here. Lower time frame. What is the lower time frame showing me here? Asia lows swiped and 200 EMA on the 15. I do like the buys potentially if we can come inside back into the Asia range. Asia highs untested. Otherwise, no shorts here for me. I'll purely be looking for longs, and if we can get those longs, that could be a good trade. US 30. Almost done yet, Chad. US 30 on the weekly. Same thing as NAS for me. Just switch this off quickly. All right, US30 on the weekly. There's your minor break of structure. However, we are trading into this previous zone. And if we are going to reject, this is where the bears are going to take control. So I am actually bullish on the week. If you asked me on Monday, I would have told you I am bullish on the week. And then on the daily, what do we have on the daily? Same as NAS, confirmed resistance, and no bottom wick on this daily. That is not a good sign. We've got a key daily level there. So if we start flipping bearish on this, there's quite a bit of room to the downside. I don't know if Powell puts this thing away for us a little bit later tonight, but daily is bearish. Looking at the lower time frames, Asia low is taken. There's your 200 EMA. In terms of relative strength, NAS, okay, they're relatively even. So for potential buys, we need to get back inside of the Asia range, targeting Asia highs. I would not look for sells from Asia lows, even if it sells from there. That's not my trade to take. Gold on the weekly. Gold on the weekly, weirdly enough, Chad, I would have started the week off bearish. And the reason I say that is we've got a confirmed resistance. Looking at the seasonality of gold, let me just show you guys here quickly. I don't know how much you can see of it, but you can see that round about May to June, this is where gold peaks out for, let's say, the second quarter. So we are now at a stage where, let's say, end of May, gold is going to peak, and then gold is going to see a decline into about June, and then the bulls are going to start taking it back for the rest of the year. So we are at a point now where gold can start to reverse and start to correct. Okay, so on the weekly, would have been bearish, confirmed resistance. However, now taking the previous weekly high, that is super bullish for me. This is the smash play, Larry Williams. So it takes a lot of volume to break a previous weekly high or low. So I am bullish. On the daily, you can see here as well. Let me just do this. This what is this mouse, my dude? Okay. So on the daily, we are effectively in a very wide range. This is our daily range. Yesterday, closing above this previous daily flat body resistance area. Can we go for that wick fill? Potentially we can. So I want to see if we can get back above 34.24, and we are bullish on the day as well. Keith, you must just let me know when the markets.
I literally just did. Chat, there's it. Markets are open. Round 5. Ding, 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 ding. Fight.
Round 1. Fight.
There we go. So, Chad, for me, honestly, looking at gold here, gold is in a tough little sequence here. And I say tough purely because we had quite a massive drop from those. Is that an all-time high? No. We had quite a massive drop during midnight, and this all for me is very corrective. So this entire range becomes a little bit sticky to trade. So I would want to see something break either to the upside for potential continuations, or I want to see potential rejections at this range high, because this can literally stay in this range up until FOMC tonight. So I wouldn't take anything here in the middle. I would purely look for something above Asia highs, and I would purely look for something below Asia lows. All right, you can, no, you can't, you cannot. Okay, holy smokes. Okay, these ranges are actually big. So one idea is that if we break this previous 30i, you can actually push up to Asia highs. All right, this is the one idea. So let's say, for instance, this is the idea here. You've got a buy stop on the break of that high. You can have your stops there, and you can target as a low hanging fruit that flat body resistance area there, and then ultimately you can target Asia highs. All right, that's the one idea on gold. But if this thing breaks back into this range, you can look for potential shorts from there, all right, to come all the way back to Asia lows. So that's the one idea, buy stops above there. GU, holy smokes, I'm out of practice here. GU on the weekly, I would have been neutral, purely based off we can't be bearish on one single weekly candle. Daily, let's quickly blitz it through. Daily, we've got a nice little daily range here. Nice little daily range. And I would be bullish on the day to go and fill out that range. Confirmed support down there. Let's check the lower time frames. What do we have here? Oh, yeah. No, this is chalked. Yeah, nothing for me on GU. That is absolutely horrific. And then last one, GJ. Let's do this quickly. No. GJ. Yeah, it feels like I'm dragging this analysis. GJ on the weekly, I would be bullish to go and fill out that weekly range there. We haven't had a bearish weekly close in the last 4 weeks, so I would stick with that trend for us to go and fill that out. We're also in this wider weekly range, so the weekly for me is bullish. And what is the daily doing? Okay, daily is actually bearish. Daily is bearish. Daily is bearish for me because we've got a confirmed resistance there. You can see just in terms of order flow and structure, daily candles are making new lows every single day. And we also failed to hold this breakout zone there, which effectively can become a resistance area. And we could potentially be trading all the way back down to 187.50. And for any type of bullishness, we need to trade above 191.31. And on the lower time frames, let's see where we are trading contextually in the middle of the Asia range. 191 there. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to say if you want to get into some very aggressive shorts, 191, check if we get some rejections there. Also your daily R1, but otherwise holds above here. Next target's going to be your 200 EMA, and then effectively previous daily high, that's going to be clean sailing towards the upside. But for me, this effectively is just one big range here. So you could get chopped inside here. So tread carefully. But Kigo, that is my rapid fire analysis, my brother.
Beautiful stuff. Yeah, Chad. Let's get into just to answer something there with John Doe saying there, guys. Just going back to INT UK, is the big thing is, let's just say now these buys are obviously you look at the different time frames, but again, as I said that I don't like these buys. So remember, just because this thing tells me that I don't have to take every single signal. And the first thing is, as a trader, I still need to buy here. Why would I not want to buy there? Like anyone there in the chat, obviously you maybe didn't read my message, but why would you not want to buy there? What makes this trade not look good compared to where this sell did look good? Let's just see if anyone can give that answer there. IN2K showed GJ flames today. Hey, I'm learning new stuff every day. Yeah, guys, 280 of you, only 90 likes. definitely please drop a like, help us get that algorithm going over here. Asia lows, exactly, those resistance just above. Exactly, that's the big thing for me. We tested Asia lows and then holding it. I don't like that. So if this, for example, had that break and it was a close above 100%, then you're still at least a bit risky because it still needs to technically actually hold the support, but it's already looking a lot better. Where on the other side now, you've traded holding resistance, those biases don't look too good for me. That's the big difference there.
Terry Chinyoka, sorry, I'm not familiar with how you use the Asia high low, so never anything I think of. Alrighty. John Doe, we actually have a video on that, and it is called, let me quickly get it to you. Thank you so much. Let me get that video for you where I discuss it. Is there no? No, I'll have this one. Is there source?
Sorry, I'm not familiar with how you use Asia highs and lows, so never anything I think of. No, bro, that's 100%. 100%. But yeah, it's just something obviously we look into, and that's why we say yes, this is but still use it as like a confluency, Chad. Like, if you don't like something, again, no one's holding a gun to your head telling you will buy this trade now.
Chad, sorry man, I'm back on the carnival since Sunday. Bro, what sauce is this?
Bro, you know what's so funny, eh?
Did you put lemon in my...
I have no clue.
What is this? Is this like a seafood breakfast?
Oh, seafood breakfast. Hey, who is the Oak playing Dota at 9H on a random Wednesday?
Who's that?
I don't know. One G's in chat. I'm holding NASDAQ buys from a. I put in the one from the email. Given that, just want to make sure. Wait, what is there somewhere I can check if the partner code is active on XM before I deposit for 2K?
I'm not actually sure.
I think when you go into your accounts, there's like a little like the 3 dots type of like options button. I think you can go there for like info on the account, and I think maybe under that info of account it might show if there's an active partner code there.
Bro, did I put salad sauce in my egg rolls?
You can get Limerand tickets on Fly. Yeah, the thing is that whole Sapphire thing, it is awesome, but yeah, you can never get through there. I mean, if anyone can, I wish you the best of luck. You can all support XM. Alright, there you go. Well, what else are these charts doing here today?
10 is 10. I'm locking it in here.
Wait. Now that you take a gold long.
That is full TP. I'm sitting in Miles' seat, so I have to. All right, Chad, that is 10. I told you guys, buy stops above there. We're going to break even. Let's see if we can bang a 20. That is TP1. Absolutely clapped. Why go for 20 if you can lock in 10?
There you go. We've got Miles here in spirit, Chad. Got an 11 rand ticket to Cape Town for June. Hey, awesome, man. Awesome stuff. 10 is 10. I got the philosophy 3 times the 1 year, but you need to know your days, otherwise they chalk you and you're back in the queue. Oh, damn. Brazil, I fly tomorrow, my ticket definitely wasn't 11 Rand. Do you just keep pressing every date, lol? I don't know how that stuff works. I know, yes, you save money, but it's such a hassle, and I get confused with that stuff. We had an alert go off. A buy signal triggered on gold.
5 minutes.
Oh, wait. Is it? No, because it's not the 1 minute.
What time frame is that?
This is the 1 minute. Then the one had buys earlier and it had to sell earlier. But this thing just told me now there was a buy.
That's a big no from me, dog.
Seriously, like how you, like,
Can I
just
get
got
some?
out of a-
Yo, these headphones feel like I'm in a box, really in a box. Wait, let me just see which channel am I in?
That 4, yeah.
1 2 1 2
Wait,
1 2.
I think that might have been mine. Yeah. I think you may be 3. Are you 3?
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Crizzle. All right, bro. These headphones are chalked, my dude. 1 2 1 2.
I just kept pressing on both my laptop and my phone. W's 1 2 1 2. Got a signal for 1 minute gold. Yeah, Neil, I also got one, but there's nothing there. So I think it's kind of giving a little bit of a false one there.
No, I'm done with the 1 minute, Chad.
Yeah,
This is me.
Heard Chris yesterday.
This is me publicly stating that I'm done with the 1 minute.
Chad, and again, this comes back down to, hey, like, yes, we obviously want to milk the markets, but this comes back to that whole thing we talk about of learning when to call it. So Chris was up on the 1 minute.
No, I was up massively. Okay, so to be fair, I was up very nicely. Chad, this is where the human aspect comes in. So you're up on the day. I tell myself that I use one consistent lot size, irrespective of the stops, and I've got a strategy. But now you're up on the day. Now, why would you go bigger lot size? Because that greed, that ego comes in. And now all of a sudden, a 1R loss turns into a 3R loss. Not because of the stops or anything else, but because, 1 minute got me also, Chris. Jared, no, I'm done with the 1 minute. I told Keeks, for instance, looking at the 15 minute on IN2K, the last 11 trades, 100% win rate. So why would I not trade it? Why would I not? Lapis, that's the thing, bro. So you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. That's why for me, 5 minute, 15 minute on gold, and then 5 minute on US30. That's it. That's it. Stove and the 15 does well. The 15 has done really, really well. And you can see it's done well for Stove. Stove throwing away bags here. Big up to Stovey there yesterday. Really, really appreciate it. Stove, one of the chat that we've got a lot of respect for. Not because he gave a dono, but when we did our first Cape Town meet and greet, the man traveled quite a distance to be there. And we appreciate all of you guys, but Stove is a legend. Stove, throw another 2K. I'm kidding. Stove, don't. I will immediately refund you if you throw another day now.
You know, gone are the days when the Chad used to just dono coffees.
Nah,
Coffees and
jeez,
Kauai
the
wraps.
guys are now donating flights to Cape Town. Alrighty, let's see what's happening here with the rest of the market. US 30, as mentioned, if we can get back into the Asia range, we could see a nice move to the upside. Just needs to close with inside of this range. 200 EMA is going to be somewhat of a struggle to get through. And then NAS already back inside of the ranges. So let's see what she can do. Let's see what she... Chris, check your WhatsApp. Hey... Not Stofy sending me an e-wallet for 10k. Stove, please take back that e-wallet. Stove, that is insane, my brother. That is absolutely insane. Stove, do you mind if I share this or not? Let me know. Let me know if I can share this. Otherwise, it's just between me and you. I remember when I sent a coffee from Jax and Chris said, what pleb coffee is that? Stofy, let me know if I can share this with the chat. Stove gonna. All good, Chris. Chat, Stofy just saying he just wants to thank us for all of the mentorship, for the indicator and all the advice we've given him. And yesterday was his first 100k day. And, and I know Stove, not 100k on a prop firm, that is 100k on a personal account. So it just goes to show, Chad.
Stovey, well done, my brother. Hats off to you, my brother. Man is milking it, Chad.
Bro, I had to laugh. Was it Monday night when Stove was like, all right, guys, I'm calling it a day. My heart can't take all of these profits. I'm calling. Hey, Stove, no, well done, well done. 100k day, amazing. Stove, but again, this is not financial advice, but I know you will keep your head steady. Remember, we're not trying to build our trading accounts. Withdraw that money, keep your working capital inside of your trading account, but please do not build the trading account. If your daily risk is 20, 30k, only keep that in the account. The rest, get it out, get it in the bank, start stacking.
Yo, just so guys, they're going over to maybe, as you say, sometimes Iron 2K does know something we don't know. TP2 getting smacked on USD.
Huh?
And that's, Chad, that is just the thing
Huh?
about it. Like,
What?
we don't take these trades, and sometimes you miss these ones because, as I say, as a trader, I didn't like it, but there you go. There it played out perfectly.
Nah, I'm not the 1 minute guy, bro.
So it's just one of those things. So the guys that did take this, well done to you. But yeah, Iron 2K showed us some flames today.
I don't care about the 1 minute, bro. No.
I'm not a 1 minute man.
I'm not about that 1 minute life, bro.
Stove did the donor and the universe blessed him. Something missing this morning on stream. Keeks, please tell us again where we can get the indicator. Yeah. Woo! You know, bro, I swear.
Yesterday was tough. Yesterday was tough.
Chad, you know the best thing, and this isn't even a joke. We had some people messaging support yesterday, and they'll be like, I've been waiting for the indicator. When am I getting an indicator? They haven't even filled the form in. So I don't know how they expected, like, I want the indicator. It was
No,
magically
I have
appear.
to-
I don't know.
I have to be honest, no offense, but I do think the intelligence of just the broader community, not even just in South Africa, but in the world, is just of a very low standard. Yeah, I don't know. Some days I lose a little bit of faith in humanity. And some days I've got that strength to assist humanity in going forward. So
Yeah, it gets a bit tough sometimes. Yeah.
ooh.
Okay, people are shopping on property 24 before they even register 100%.
Yeah, no, people are on a different level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's really looking at those Porsches and what color's their Lambo gonna be, and
What color is your Audi?
most days on these faiths, people don't read all this. JP just closed YouTube. Joined project
That's
yesterday
man.
morning, got the welcome
There
email,
we
filled
go.
out the forms, and got the indicators by lunchtime. Your support is on the ball. Awesome. Appreciate it, my brother.
Does man.
Yeah, I think when everyone follows the steps nicely as listed,
Bro, and
things can run smoothly.
And we make it so easy, eh? It's not. There's no curveballs. It's
I closed the TP2 on US study. To be honest,
Nice.
I'm not phased how the indicator works. I just clicked when it says click. Now, again, guys, so again, please, I just want to say something again, because this somehow is what a lot of guys are also, I don't know, getting a bit confused on this. Chad, because a TP2 was here, and hey, now a TP3 popped up, does not mean you have to hold the TP3. If you guys are happy here, if you're happy with the profits, take the profits. It's yours. Take it, call it there, and that's it.
profits.
So, again, if you were happy at TP1 with profits, take the profits. It's up to you guys, Chad. No one's telling you how exactly to use this indicator. That is all up for your discretion. Chris will come and visit in PE next month, taking a family on a holiday road trip. Hey, beautiful stuff, Stove.
Stofina.
What if I'm not happy? I want TP10.
Hey.
The best I can do for you, Ed, is I can give you a 10 pip TP, but I don't know about TP10.
TP10. People breaking our office here one
I was like,
One
what the hell
step-
just happened there?
one step at a time.
Is the cracker embedded into INTK? No, it is not.
What are you doing? Why?
All
Does
right.
that smell like rotten egg? Like an egg roll. But we had like almost 8 eggs consumed.
Chris, please can we create an indicator together? Very simple. When I buy, print or sell, everyone else will make bank.
JP, you know what? Weirdly enough, it's not going to work. And I'm going to tell you why. Keeks, will you put it on my screen here?
There we go.
The reason it's not going to work is if you think about it, the only place where traders really get absolutely wrecked is when the market is doing this. This is the only place where we get wrecked as traders, when we are stuck in a range. So effectively, even if it does that, now in your winning trade, you're not going to manage it well, and it's going to come back and it's going to clap you anyway. And that thing about trading with volume, trading with the trend, then trading is easy. It's easy to follow. If there's volume, it's easy to follow new high on the session. First pullback, you buy. You expect at least a retest of the previous session high or the session high. So this year is where traders fail to realize we are in a range, and they fail to realize this is not the day to trade. We know when days like this will happen. And as I've drawn this, Chad, let me know, when do we expect a range bound day? quickly let me know. Some of you guys have been here. Some of you should
Chat,
know.
just while you guys are answering that, Cameron, I don't know if you came late, brother. We literally were just talking about how to hit TP2 on a US study bar that it printed. So I don't know where you've been.
Cameron, just use FP Markets on your broker feed, my brother.
And then
FP.
Marcel, I don't know what issue you having with XM. Are you a South African client? Are you somewhere else? Just let us know that quickly. Wednesdays.
No, Stove. No, Stovey. How do we know when a range day, when a day is going to be range bound? The tricky, the answer is sitting literally here. Come on, Chad. I'm away for like a week and a half. You guys dropped the ball here. Yes, Rooks. There we go. Chad. So if we take Asia highs, we fail to continue higher. We've taken Asia lows. We've traded back into Asia highs. And we come back into the Asia range. Very likely you will chop for the rest of the day. All right. So you can know now already is that, let's quickly look at, let me see if I can get an example for you guys. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Oh. Okay, no example there. You can take this as a potential example. So Asia low is taken. Your advantage is that we can trade back to Asia highs. Then we started trading above Asia highs, failed to hold it, and now you can expect a range. Even though this proceeded to break the lows here, but your advantage point is gone. Because you've already taken Asia lows, you've already taken Asia highs. Your advantage point is done. Your idea is always that this is your manipulation, that is the expansion, and if it's going to continue, it will hold above Asia highs. Okay. So ranges is where we get absolutely wrecked as traders. Chop, bad trading, red days, sad. Yeah. That is correct. Big days bring small days, Armand, 100%. So after a big expansion day, it is just normal to expect some type of consolidation, correction, but also to note that that correction, if it is a correction, will never just eliminate this entire daily candle. In terms of time, it will usually be double the amount of time it took this leg up, and it will only usually go about, if it's a very impulsive move, to about 38.2. $50, and in some cases, so that's where the fib ratios come in. Let's see what is happening here. As mentioned, very aggressive buys above 191. There was your trade into that 200. Not my trade to take. GU rejecting Asia highs, now coming all the way back down. That's going to be an interesting one. DXY now back in the range. Is that gap filled? For me, that is not filled. So I've seen the dollar do this, so just be very careful here. Gotta wait for a retest. This is still open candle. NASDAQ nicely back inside the range. Gold rejecting that daily pivot. There's that zone. Let's check the 30. Alright, very interesting. Very, very interesting here. Jo, jy ignore my. Sorry Etty, het ek 'n boodskapie gemis daar. Sorry Chad, I'm a little bit out of practice here. Hy buig daai boompie al van jongs af. Kribo, hoeveel vingers hou ek op? Hey, Etty. I do think it's going to be a relatively slow day. I don't think the actual release is going to do anything. I think it's more so what is Powell going to say. I think Powell's got the power tonight. Chad, what do we say in April? Keeks, what did I say on stream? But again, we don't want to be rich. We choose. Chad, what did I say with Bitcoin if we hold the yearly pivot? And I still said 84. I think it was somewhere here, 84. I said if we hold the yearly pivot, very likely we can. Nah. We don't want to make bank, bro.
So you just don't want money, bro.
Nah, it's like we want to
fight it out.
We want to work it out. We want to work it out.
Well, I've taken 3 trades in IN 2000 and lost every single one. Confidence dropping. CJ, again, what time frame are you taking? Which ones are you taking? What pairs are you taking?
CJ, get off the 1 minute, my brother. Get off the 1 minute. What trades have you taken? Buy BTC after it, Alt's yearly pivot, but you did. Of course I didn't.
NAS on the 5 minute. Okay, none of us trade that, so let's have a look here. None of us have traded it. But my brother, the sell it had now just hit TP1. Before
that was in the morning.
Before, no, like, okay, yeah, but then before that, there were the
And the
3.
other one was midnight.
The one was midnight. I don't know why you traded at midnight. 2 of them
The
were
other
midnight.
one
I
was
don't know why.
half past. You stop at 6, my brother.
Yeah, so literally from...
Yesterday, 3 wins, 1 loss.
Yeah.
Literally,
You were
3
only
wins.
trading in the late night session. I don't know why you're trading that then.
CJ full porting.
Because the other 3 trades it had in the day, when you should be trading, were all literally TP4.
Let's check your NAS quickly. 5 minutes. CJ, so NAS yesterday. This was NAS yesterday, Chad. First sell coming 7:30. That proceeded to go to TP4. Gave another sell about 10 to 10. Gave another sell 10 to 2. Gave a sell after the open. That hit stop loss. And 6 o'clock, if you're still on the charts, even 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, that's a big no, CJ. So
You've got no volume there.
yeah,
So
this is bewitching hour. We cannot block these signals out because this indicator works on all time frames, so on all instruments. So there's a set rule. You can trade from 8 o'clock in the morning till about 6 at night, or 8 if you're really eager, 8 to 8. Anything after that, my brother, go rest a little bit, come back the next day.
But also, my brother, if you're not liking that again, then change either the time frame and also change the pair. Look at the different one which you think is having a much more higher win rate.
It is definitely a session issue then, my brother. For instance, gold, Chad. We're busy with the data analysis. So if you look here, on the 15-minute, gold for the last 11 trades have not taken a loss since the beginning of April. Yo, who's trying to connect to my trading view? There we go. Last 11 trades. Okay, wait. Put it on your screen, Keeks.
I'm gonna put it on mine.
Because I just need to chat to somebody. I think they're trying to add.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Chad, you can look on mine. It's, I mean, there you've got the buy, TP, buy, TP, sell, TP, sell, TP, buy, TP, buy, TP, buy, TP, buy, TP, sell, TP, sell, TP. So my thing is, Chad, how, again, just find a time frame that works for you. Like, that's all you gotta do. Don't keep bumping your head, guys. If it's not working there for you, then do something different. Gold and farm is also fire. I was also looking at gold, and it seems like going B after TP2 usually gets you a TP3. Alright, slow and steady. Yeah, gold sitting on 15-minute equals risk 5%. The worst thing about INTK, when you enter a trade, then INTK prints in the opposite direction.
that's on the lower time frame, so we'll never do it on higher time frame.
What?
Printing opposite signals.
Oh, yeah.
Get off the 1 minute, guys. Just because the 1 minute prints a signal does not mean you should trade the 1 minute.
Well, because if you don't mind me asking, where does one get the seasonal gold chart you pulled out earlier?
5,000 Rand dono get to the gold seasonal chart. Actually, it's quite intense. Keeks, just throw on my screen here.
Alright, the man's back.
So
Alright.
So a couple of years ago, two young gentlemen developed Google. And what you do is you go gold, seasonal chart. And thereby seasonal charts. Google. Sorry, man, I don't want to be that guy, but there's it. I'll drop. Hey.
Yeah, Carl, that happened to me on gold 1 minute, but your gold is in a tricky spot at the moment.
Get off the 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna ban the 1 minute. You guys are machine gunning. You're trading different lot sizes. Your trade management is inconsistent. So please get off the 1 minute.
Not sure if this has been explained. If so, could reference where. Might be a silly question. Could you please explain the break even at TP1 and profit at TP2, and how do you do this?
All right. So what you do is, let's say yesterday on the 15 minute, gold gave you a buy there. Gold gave you a buy. Your stop loss was there. So on your trading terminal on MT5, you entered the trade, and once it hits TP1, you put your limit orders at entry, so that if it comes back, it will take you out at entry. I've told the guys as well, when it comes to the management of the trades, in most cases, if a volume is slow to get to TP1, all I'll do is I'll halve my risk. I won't go break even if volume is slow and markets are not as fast, or you don't get moves like this, for instance. Then I'll just halve my risk, but that is how you do it.
Yeah, and then as someone mentioned earlier, what they've noticed, because they trade the 15, is they go break even at a TB2.
Yeah.
Because then often you're giving it that breathing room to run to a TB3 and so forth. So there's obviously ways you could even maybe, as Chris said, as again guys, this is where it's up to you as a trader. Do what you're comfortable with. Where let's say if you see you hitting a lot of break evens and then they still continuing, either go the route of what we did, for example, with the crack in the beginning, or with the grubber where it was a TP or stop loss, and you set them and leave it. Otherwise, you go the route of going at TP1 half your risk, and then TP2 break even, and so forth. There's lots of ways you can do it, but that's
But we
where-
are busy with the data analysis, Chad. We're going to give you all of the stats, hopefully by the end of the day, in terms of trade management. I've already told the guys, for instance, on gold, 15 minute, I will not go break even at TP1. I will also not go half stops because gold, for the most part, can have some deeper pullbacks. And ultimately, yeah, I would rather take a half stop than suffocate the trade, because for the most part, gold on the 15 has done really, really well.
Yeah. So as you always say, it's up to you as a trader what you are comfortable with.
How did the 30 do? I haven't even checked the 30.
I want to see something quickly. Actually, hold on. Where's...
Dude, the sweet spot for me on gold is the 5 and the 15. And then US 30 chat, purely 5 for me. Just the 5. Nothing else.
Hey, bro, I'm not going to say, trade for you the Grand Slams actually be doing very well. That thing hasn't missed, bro.
Oh, the Grand Slam.
Literally.
The Grand
Chad,
Slam.
have a look here quickly. I'm going to show you guys. Look at how this thing's been doing. Like, that's the thing, Chad. These are all, and these are for you guys to play around with. So the guys that obviously know the original Grand Slam, and this is on the 5 minute. So there was your buy all the way to TP4, sell TP4, sold very aggressively there, TP4. Then came in with the buys TP3, then sold TP3. Came back again, the buys over there, coming back into the range, and then going all the way up to TP3. Sells, not taking you out, but then TP2. The bars over there, TP1, so we're not going to break even there. And then obviously running after that, coming back to there, the quick bars up to TP2, the sells TP2. If you still held it, no, you would have got break even there. So your TP2, you would be full out. Your bars TP2, sells TP4, bars TP2. Then coming back across over to here.
Okay, so it doesn't work. Put it off. Put it on my screen. It doesn't work. Don't show it to the guys. Delete it. Chad. No, I didn't take the 5 minute on US 30. That was 4:45. So my rules for the guys that are watching. Let me just make it clear, because for some reason people struggle with instruction. So this is my rules. I only start looking for trades from 8 o'clock, and then I will stop round about. That is my trading hours. Anything after this, it is low probability for me. Why do I say that? Everyone that has traded with me knows that I preach 2 hours per session after the open. Why do I say that? That is where the crux of the volume is being traded. So why would I sit? Because we've seen it so many times. If you haven't sat through markets, for the most part, what you'll see is you'll see expansion, you'll see a little consolidation before midday NYSE, you'll see another expansion, and then usually closer to the last 2 hours of the session, you will either just stay in this range, or you will get a deeper pullback into that zone. So why would I want to sit through this. When I know the majority of the volume happened here. This is where the majority of the volume happened. This here is not where you want to be trading. So that is my rules very simply. Some of you are still sitting at 11 o'clock at night. You're bored. It's like, oh, what is this thing printing? No, stop it.
Yeah, no, Brian, it definitely is. Scalping the indicators 5 and 15 has a higher win rate than any other time frame.
Yeah. 5 and 15, that's where you want to be living.
There you go. Hi guys, which broker is best for 90,000? Obviously that's
The
up to
feed.
you, but with when
No,
it
he's
comes to
talking about the
I'm saying,
feed.
but with gold, we specifically using Black Bull on gold, and US30 we're using FP markets. But obviously I'm not sure what the guys are using, for example with GJ and those things. I'm not sure which one they're using there. But again, guys, that's the part where you can go onto it. So let's just say GJ, if you want to go onto Ando, if you want to go onto capital.com or whatever the case is, and just look at which one's giving you more solid entries and which one, because that's the thing. Put it on and then scroll through it and see, has it been doing well? Is this a good time frame? Just look into it, guys. Cancel at 11 p.m. and backtest 92,000. When to make an entry? What?
Can sit at 11 p.m. and backtest. Yeah, just backtest. Don't forward test. You guys are hungry.
I'm gonna trade Bitcoin weekends with Iron 2K. Hey.
Bruh,
There's 1 hour gold trades on Iron 2000 is crazy. Yeah, Chris and myself, I think we were talking about the other day, and I said, especially with gold, I specifically want to look out for those longer term trades, because the 1 hour has been crazy
what's that on gold?
on gold.
I actually want to check here on Bitcoin, Bitter Coins. Where's the volume bar? Chad, when is the most volume being traded on Bitcoin? Net volume.
5-minute Bitcoin slaps. Hey. Yo, bro, I'm even looking at gold. Gold on the 30-minute, bro. Holy crap. That massive bar the last from Monday and that. This thing scaled into it. I just say, guys, you just gotta go play with the time frames.
Yes. Volume. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's see. So it also looks like it's relatively correlated around about the same time as NYSE from what I can see.
4 a.m., Chris. Alright.
4 a.m. in the mornings.
Well, yeah.
Damn.
Hi, guys. How do I get Iron 2000? I watched the tournament, but did everything right. Oh. Alright. Alright, my brother. If you filled in the form.
Oh, no, so he's done everything. So just give a... Okay, fast way to do it.
Message support.
After you've made a deposit,
and you've
just
used our
send
partner code.
Yeah,
just Chad, funny enough, those are literally the two things a lot of guys are not doing. Is they not making the deposit, and they're doing everything else and doing the deposit, but then they never use our partner code and link to us. So those are really the two important steps you got to understand. Yeah. Link your account with our partner code, deposit the minimum amount, which is 750 Rand or $40, and then you will get access. Then you just send our support there's the email, send them a message, and just show them proof that you've done your deposits and everything, and they will give you access. Morning, why is the buy sell signal moving on an indicator? Because
Still printing.
it is literally busy printing. You want to see where the candle closes. Then it will stand still. Whole stream is going to be answering INTK questions. What time pair are you on and time frame that it's busy printing now? I don't.
Bro, people will trade very weird things.
I don't see anything. That's what I'm asking you. Nothing on the 1, nothing on the 5s.
Alrighty, let's see. Alright, Chad, point of control for gold is sitting around about that level, currently rejecting. So very likely you will see us trade to this external range, Asia lows, unless we start holding above here. But that is currently your session point of control. As you can see, for the most part, usually we hold around those levels and then start trading away from it. Yeah, we actually traded to it. But I think the point of control was there before it shifted to the upside there. Let's see. Alrighty. So, again, like we discussed, this is also a valid trade. Shorts below here. Currently rejecting it. Let's check the 30.
Yo, Jack's calling the guys out here. Yo.
What is Jaxie saying?
Yes.
Woo! Woo!
I love it, Jax. I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, guys, that US study, I'll take my hat off to it again. It knew something we didn't know. About to hit
Is
TP3.
it still going?
Yeah.
Okay, but this is valid just purely also based off what we know. Asia lows swept. You would expect it to go to Asia highs. But I know why you didn't like it. It was still rejecting there.
And also, guys, to be fair, actually going back to this again, this is part of the Journey and Data collection. We also did notice most of the most solid trades for IM2K is between 12 and 4.
12 and 4. Yeah.
12 and 4.
12 and 4.
So again, like that's why, for example, if you guys remember when we started using it, we originally actually said London session we traded gold, we didn't trade USD, and New York we traded USD, we left gold alone. Purely because again, if you could just see that's when the more solid trades are happening, then you trade those ones.
I
Chris,
think
can you
it's
please show us book map? Whoa.
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 Book map.
Yo, there, the guys are wanting all the tools out here now today.
No, I don't have book map here. But this is very similar to book map. This is literally.
Chris, the fixed volume profile you showed us is really something.
Oh, you talk. Yeah, Chad, let me just drop it here. Somebody was asking, how do I get that trade for you? Zones. We don't gatekeep anything here. So I'm going to show you guys now. How do I do that?
Rooks, I think, no, Jax has the right one. Nah, Jax has the right one.
Okay, Chad, lock it in. I'm going to drop some gems for you. All right, so what I do is at the start of a new week, before I do anything else, so let's take it to the start of this week on gold. I want you guys to be locked in now. All right. Okay, here we go. Hope you guys are ready. So this is how I do it. I'll take this visible range and I will go indicators. I'll go fixed range volume profile. And what I'll do is I'll go all the way back to get a volume profile. Okay. So everything that's visible from the time I pulled it to now. Remember, we're going to a new week. Then what I do is, same as with Bookmap, I will identify my range high and I will identify my range low. Okay, that's where I start. Then secondly, what I do is I look for high volume node areas where volume has peaked, and that is my first starting point. These are very strong levels where price can react from. Not even doing support and resistance, purely just looking at where the volume traded. Then after that, I would look at minor volume nodes where you can see little peaks, and those are my secondary zones. So you can see we peaked there, we had a nice peak there, and then we had a tiny little peak there. Okay, and then coming lower. What I'll also do sometimes, if there's such a big gap between these two, all I do is I take my fib from the high to the low, and I'll just do a 50%, almost like an EQ, and that is purely just to get some type of zone in here, and that usually lines up with some support and resistance. And then in a case like this where there was very little volume, same thing for me, I'll do a 50%. And now let's remove this indicator here. Let's quickly see, purely not even looking at support and resistance. I literally just jumped down on the fixed session volume profile. And as you can see, these zones, this is where volume was traded in previous sessions. I didn't even have to overthink it. Is this a support? Is this a resistance? No. I'm just purely looking at where the volume traded, because obviously where there was volume previously, there's going to be volume again. All right, so for any of the other indicator developers watching,
Hey,
there you go.
What's up, brother?
There you go. Maybe that can help you a little bit.
Oh, Rooks. Yeah, I think that's actually the right one, eh? The other one. That one.
Wagwan.
Yeah, that Wagwan.
Wagwan for the Wagwan. Okay, so sorry, Chad. We were still busy with the replay tool. Okay, so now let's fast forward it. No. We have to 10x this bad boy. Okay. Alright, so this is me just taking the previous week's session volume profile, and let's see what she does. Okay.
Rocket science, yeah, Chad. We're gonna be the next Elon, building some rocket ships.
Remember, I didn't look at support and resistance, Chad. I looked at session volume profile. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Gigs, this stuff really works. Oh shit.
Rick's also there's now on Major Brothers Chess and those. Hey.
Oh, we only had Wednesday. Okay, so Chad, that is the. There you go. I don't know what I need to tell you about it.
No, nothing a TV can't fix. Hey, we love it, guys. It's crazy how simple it really is. Yeah, and I actually think it's the world's greatest invention.
Support and resistance.
But careful, you can't sell support and resistance. It belongs to other people.
No.
Apparently, people who till today still have to talk about us to be relevant, but it's alright. Must be tough marketing.
Oh. Nah, Keys, you wanna pull me into some stuff here. You wanna pull me into some stuff here. Let's actually, okay, Chad, let's do another exercise here. Let's do US 30. Let's do US 30 for you gents, ladies and gents. Let's actually take everything that's visible on the screen to where we are at now. And let's find some zones for us. Okay, again.
Keith, can you do me a favor? Stove, what's up, brother? We duplicate this exercise.
Okay, let's see if this actually works. These zones are a little tighter than... Did our guy come today?
Boy, he hasn't been here yet.
That's a good sign.
I already told Kate to tell him if he rocks up here at lunchtime, just tell him to bugger off. But we've got his kit, so we have all the products.
Oh, shame, maybe something happened. Let's just see. Alright.
Buy TP, buy TP, buy TP, buy TP, buy TP. Hey, Stove, that's the way, bro.
Okay, let's see. Okay, US 30 had some weird zones here. So currently trading into. Okay, price action has actually been pretty shitty. How do I delete this thing now?
Well, funny enough, I'm gonna be here now.
Talk about the devil. Shana, let him go ahead, please. Yeah, let him. No, let him go ahead. Yeah, US 30, Chad, this is tough price action. I'm going to tell you something here today. This right here is very, very tough price action. All right, so don't get yourself in a knot. This is not the easiest price action I've seen for the last 2 days. But this price action here is not bad. Trading into the Asia range, beautiful Asia highs untested. Let me just do that quickly. Control C, remove drawings. There we go. Very slow day, as mentioned. It is expected before a FOMC day. Gold, nice little bit of range trading there. 30-minute, no top wick. I don't necessarily like that. But if you are aggressive, you could potentially take these shorts after a top wick, or you can take it on the break of those lows on the 30. As mentioned, confirmed resistance, fake out back into the range. As a minimum, you could trade somewhere here, but that no top wick is tough for me. But there, that is a fake out back into the range. All right, TP1 has been hit. TP1 clapped. We also did share this with you guys. Is it possible to make video on YouTube to show how to set up charts and what to look for? Ruan T, we actually did a video on that, of how to set up your charts. I did a video on that. I'm going to find it for you. But I'm actually, Chad, Mo's got Cocodona 19. He's been off sick since last week, Friday. Laik is also sick. He's only coming back tomorrow. But I've scripted a video for complete newbies. We've seen that there's a much bigger need for newer traders than experienced traders. So I've shot, it's going to most probably be like 45 minutes to an hour long, but it's going to be a complete beginner's guide to trading. But I also did a video you can check this if you still new. If you're still new to TradingView, you can watch that one. Very slow session here today. Chad, just by show of hands, who here has got less than 1 year trading experience? Just drop a 1 in the chat. I just want to see something here. You've got less than 1 year trading experience. Okay, so quite a bit of you. Okay, not quite a bit, 5, but okay, so so some of you are very new, and that's why I'm saying we're shooting too high with some of the content we're doing. There's let's say the sample size. There's more. The group of beginner traders is much bigger than the group of experienced traders. Why do you guys think that is the case? So let's say that's your experienced traders. This is your beginner pool. Why do you think this pool is bigger than that pool? I want to see what you guys think, and I'm going to give you my theory. And let's say there's an x-axis here, that is time. Let's say the x-axis is time. There's no y-axis. You can just visually see the volume. That is the time axis. This is not the moon. This is not the earth. This is beginner traders. This is beginners. Why do you think this is? Carl, there you go. There you go. %. So the unfortunate thing here is that in terms of this time axis, me and my wife actually had a chat over the weekend. We actually had a chat over the weekend, and we were talking about trading and stuff. And I told her it's weird for me that she's got her own business now as well. She's a lawyer. And I said, how many years did you study? How many years did you do your articles? And then for how many years did you earn not a great salary? And even before she started her own business, the salary wasn't phenomenal. It's nothing to write home about. And I said, now you get guys that come into this pool. And you've got professionals. You've got CAs, you've got lawyers, you've got engineers. Everyone grinding out that income bracket for many, many years, and it's a steady path, and it looks great. But now you've got a beginner trader that comes in and after 2 months thinks that he can earn what somebody 8 years into their career, or even 10 years into their career, is earning. But you just started out. You paid maybe to do a course, you watched a few YouTube videos, and now you think your earning capacity should be up here. No. You're putting unnecessary pressure on yourself. Your idea should be the following. If you can, in your first 2 years, if your equity curve looks like this in your first 2 years, even first 3 years of trading, if your equity curve looks like this, this is your equity curve, you've done well. And I'm being very honest with you. Why would I say you've done well? Because you're still in the game. There's wins in here, there's losses in here. All of this is going to produce data for you to start doing refinement. So a lot of these losses, for instance, could be eliminated. A lot of these losses could be minimized. A lot of these losses are maybe over-exaggerated because instead of trading one lot, you traded 5 lots. So it should have actually just been a little blip on your curve. Because think about it this way. If I zoom into this little equity curve here, let's say this section, this section here, this little drop there, that drop is one trade. These were 3 trades. Here you over leverage. Now you get back into a win. If that curve stopped there and you didn't take such a big loss, all of a sudden this little up curve would have connected there. So now when you take a loss again, you come down. Now you get that win again. Now this year again, you go full tilt, you trade on a range bound day. This wipes out all of your gains, where if you took your 1 trade or 2 trades, then your equity curve would have looked like that. So that's why I'm saying, even if you go break even for the first 3 years, you've done very, very well. That is you still getting some chart time. That's you finding your edge in the market. That's you actually learning about yourself, how you deal with pressure, how you deal with stress, not stress at your work, stress in your actual trading environment. So yeah, stop putting so much pressure on yourself to produce results. You shouldn't even be full-time trading if you haven't gone through all of that.
But what if I want my Lambo tomorrow?
Nah, bro, you can't.
So no full party.
No.
We can maybe put the home loan on it.
So there's no rush for you. A lot of you guys still have a 9 to 5. And if you say, oh, Chris, I'm a full-time trader, I have to make money, I'm going to tell you first thing, go get a job. 100%. Go get a job. There's nothing wrong with working. You can still hustle on the side with the trading. Go get a job. Trading under pressure to make an income, the worst thing you can do. It's only downhill from there. So go get a job. You can still trade. It's going to take that pressure off trying to produce something, pull something out of the hat. And then take it easy. Take it step by step. Stop this wanting to retire on Saturday and it's only Wednesday. No. Slow and steady wins the race. Race. Solid advice. Hey, my brother. Yeah, I don't know why the guys put themselves under so much pressure. It is just unreasonable. But I do think social media has a big part to play in it. Social media has a massive part to play in it. That's why, for the most part, you wouldn't see us post any monetary value type things, or we try to shy away from that, because everybody's journey is different. Everybody is on a different path.
You can't judge yourself based on someone else's journey.
No. But Chris, the whole of Athens says no risk, no reward. Hey, Brian. Yeah, no, Brian, it's...
$100 to 100K is the problem. It really is.
Yeah.
It really is.
I've shown the guys gigs. I think we did it in the one masterclass, and I showed the guys how you can take 500 Rand and you can potentially go full time in 3 to 5 years with the 500 Rand.
Yeah.
I showed the guys nothing stupid, nothing crazy. Literally, and again, you are depositing into this account. So we worked on a hypothetical scenario of that you can put, say, 500 Rand into that account. And I showed them how you could potentially compound this into a 3-year plan. Not a 1 month turnaround plan. Your life is going to change. No, a 3-year plan. Now, the other thing is prop firms have taken that 3-year plan and compressed it into a 30-day plan for you. So there's 2 ways to go about it. There will be no slow and steady. So social media, 100% Stofie. It is the killer. Definitely is the killer. Let's just check what news is happening here. Yeah, JP, that is very true. You are now currently sitting in a situation where everything is conflicting. You've got some SMC in you, you've got some ICT in you, you've got some support and resistance in you, you've got some Steve Mauro maybe in you, beat the market maker. You've got all of that shit in your head, and all of it is conflicting. because now the one strategy tells you this is a fake out. The other strategy is telling you this is now a liquidity sweep, and at the end of the day, you don't know what you're doing. It's better to just delete TradingView at that stage. Hey guys, Canada is not an option as country of residence for XM account registration. And if you really want to try that indicator, Fahad, it's not really good. I would say don't try it out, my brother. Are we going to get some insights on the 3-year plan with 500 Rand? No, Cyril. You're not going to get insights. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Cyril. No, we will do another session. We're going to do a lot more. We've got a lot more planned for you guys. There's an entire whiteboard of things that we want to do for the community, so we'll talk about that. It's my 3 months into trading. I made £15,000 in the first 2 months. Got carried away, lost more than that in just a week. Had to go back to the drawing board, and now, hey bro, it happens. It happens. Taking things easy. Try and get yourself into a low pressure situation. Don't try and force big lot size trades. You see on socials this on got a rented Ferrari, then you jump to the strat, then next go.
Damn, bro.
What?
Color Pinto replaces Jack
Yeah, I
Doohan.
saw that. Crazy. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The Canada dude, you can join Prodigy, my brother. Canada, I know the Ontario Security Exchange Commission is tough. I think it's similar to US. I think there's only a few brokers that are allowed in Canada. That's why Roger Banks moved out of Canada.
Man was in trouble there.
When he went full blown scammer, he was like, I have to get out here.
I'm going to be in trouble
I
here.
need to. Then he first moved back to Pakistan. Let things settle, and then he went to Dubai. I started my trading last year, 13th of May, and I started with 2G's trading, so 13th. Hey, Rooks, but I have to say you've grown a lot, brother. A big shout out to Rooks as well.
Rook's the main man.
Keeks, I think we have to send Rooks a gift. Not merch or anything.
No, actually, I
mute,
spoke about
quickly
this last
mute
time that we had to send him something.
Rixie, please send me a WhatsApp, brother. We want to send you something. A little liquidity injection. Rix has been an absolute legend in the chat. Crystal, no, I'm kidding, man.
Rooks is like a soldier. He's a general of TGs.
John Doe, all thanks to 2Gs. Keeks, I think we're going to give it 10 more minutes, but
Yeah. Market's actually not moving really much
no,
today.
there's literally nothing happening. Chad, this is went to, like, is it Bob Dylan? You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yeah, I think it is.
Is it Bob Dylan? Chad, who's that? Why do I think it's Kenny Rogers? Is it Kenny Rogers? Brian will know.
I know the song you're talking about. I can't think who sings it now.
Chad, got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Meant to mention GJ hit TB2 on his way to TP3.
Oh,
Hey.
damn. Tiepia. Hey, 5 minute GJ. Sisa.
Well, the guys have been
Sisa.
eating on GJ.
Sisa.
Kenny Rogers,
Is it Kenny? Hey, Kenny.
the gambler.
You gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Bro, I think we should do a little.
Oh, by the way, Chad, We telling Chris live here in person. We did agree to it that at 20k we are doing another 24-hour stream.
Dude.
By the way, I thought I'd just let you know that. But I said to them, the reason I said we would do it was because now we have the gear and the equipment that we can do more like in real life 24-hour stream. So like we could go play paddle.
Sure.
I said to them on the day we could even go to like one of the malls. We can go bless some of the community. We can go do stuff at 20k. So it's not like we have to sit in the office for 24 hours. We will be here because in the evening I don't know where else we're going to go.
And again, it's going to be a cold.
Yeah, it's going to be in winter again.
Yeah. Yo, we need to figure out how do we do that.
Linden,
mobile
end of
stream.
June, my brother. End of June. We literally had it in our meeting yesterday. We booked everything end of June.
Subathon.
Let's hope Chris makes the 24 hours.
Are we going to do it like subathon type of vibe?
We just keep it going. But I think this time, as you say, we will stream like trading when we trade. But the rest of the time, we'll be out and about. We will allow each gent an hour of a power nap. Chris reclining like Miles in his GT.
Yo, Brian, we need to get chairs. I think we need to take Stoner and get us some proper chairs.
Yeah, Chad, this was something. Someone said they were getting us chairs, and it never happened.
Bro, you've seen my expense list this month. You've literally seen, like, just the plumber chilling around here at the office is like 11, 12k. That gate outside. The electrician coming on Friday to do a sub DB. That's like a quick 40 G's.
We lost it all in the 1 minute gigs. Oh, man's going through the most over here. Why does Nibs drive his GTR from the back seat though?
Bro, Miles is not a tiny guy. Like he's not tall, but Miles is not like skinny. But Miles finds a way to make him look tiny in a car. Have you seen it when he posts his video? I'm like, is Miles driving in like a X7 or something? The man looks tiny chilling there on the seat.
I'm not going to reply, so reply. It's a Cape Town thing. He's
Gobstart.
actually from Cape Town.
Yeah,
He is. Been 2 years of learning. My history shows 475 deposit, profit 464. Not yet how to read the history, PNR withdrawal $15.
That's not bad, my brother. Like I said, that is not bad. It is really not bad. And
makes
can
all
I get
the
another
sense.
Where's the guy? What is it asking? If you can add? A second one? Oh, okay. I also do it sometimes just to channel my inner Cape Townian. What would be the correct way to work out correct and stable lot sizes? My brother, Kieran, I am so glad you asked this because this gives me the opportunity to type in a young command there for you. Hey, Rixie, I got you on that one. There you go, Kieran. There we go, Kieran. Now I feel like all of that effort doing that little reel was not unnecessary. Hey, Daniel Special. Okay, Rooks, you got me on that one. There you go. Project G members, we owe you a boot camp. Obviously, with all of these public holidays, it was tough, but I think this is going to be a big one. I'm going to chat to Keegs, maybe do one this Saturday. Project G members, Nice, big, solid, chunky boot camp for you guys. We owe you guys a biggie. So I think we're going to try for this weekend. A nice little boot camp. My mission this week is to get that trading video out for you guys. We actually saw it on our channel that our best performing video our best performing video on our YouTube channel, it's on its way to 100,000 views. How to use MetaTrader 5 on PC. That is literally our best video. Then our best short is how to calculate your lot size. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why we're shooting high. Those are our two best videos. How to videos. So that is most probably the key. How to videos. How to lose your pension fund in 1 week. Trading leveraged and margin accounts. There's a market. Juice, I want to tell you that I think the biggest segment of the market is sitting there, and I think as much as people want to think they're experienced, it's the same as with maths at school. If you miss some of the ground level stuff, you are chalked for the rest of your school career. You're always catching up. So I think that is where the majority. Yeah, Anna, it's crazy. And we sometimes forget. So actually, my son's one friend at school, her dad also watches the streams, and he's relatively new to trading, and that's actually where I got nudged to do the video. And it's like, Chris, I'm watching your streams daily, but he's obviously still relatively green to trading. Is there no video or something to get him into it? So that's why we'll build it out from there. Nice, Tadiso. Yeah, Brian, how to get to your first million? Start with 5. John Day, you thought it would be more lit. How can I learn FX? Collins Joseph, if I can give you any advice, is to never start trading. If anyone asks me they want to start trading, I say don't. So if you can, Collins, forget that idea you had about how to start trading and just go on with your life. That is most probably the best advice I can give anyone. But if you've got a taste for it, I'm gonna say stick around on the streams. You will find something. Probably the only video I haven't seen. Which one is that, Will? Yeah, Brian, that's what I tell people. If you can just forget that idea of trading. Just go about your life. Just forget it. Keep moving. That's going to be much better. But if you're ready for trauma, if you're ready to go through the flames of life and question every decision you've ever made up until that point, then get into trading. But if you can, just forget about the idea and be like, this was a cuck idea. Let me keep it moving. then yeah, bro, Stian, then it's gone. Then you are in trouble. Then once you had a little taster, it is
I agree. From retail trauma, it's best thing you can do. I wish some people open a business rather, or just sell a course on dropship some stuff and don't trade.
I would say spend that time, start looking into drop shipping, e-commerce, something like that. But if you
Just gone from biltong to boiled eggs, guys. Hey. Alright. My brother, I think that is probably it for the session.
no, I don't think it's it.
You
I
still
think we're
going?
locking in. I'm locking in, Keegs. No, I'm kidding.
Man's getting ready, yeah. You don't want to leave.
No, Chad. So US 30 on the 5 minute for me. Very unlikely we will get a signal from trade. Not trade for you. Iron 2000 in. I don't think we're going to get a signal today. Looking at the volume, there's no volume, and that's one of the elements of Iron 2000. Looking at gold on the 5 minute, same thing. Volume is absolutely chalked. I don't think you're going to see a signal for maybe the next 3-4 hours. NASDAQ, however, also chalked. No volume, so you can chill. You don't have to watch the chart. Set your alerts. But for me, it is a relatively flat session. We know why. Don't have to overthink it. We've got FOMC tonight. But Keeks, that is me, my brother.
There we go, guys. Chad, I think, as you say, if there's nothing really on the market, don't force something. Don't try and do anything crazy. We obviously know it is FOMC, so we might get a little bit of volume in the New York Open. And then the same thing, we sit there for an hour, 2 hours. After that, if there's not moves, you're probably not going to get them. Then chill out, relax. We'll watch FOMC tonight, see what happens there. And even then, I don't think anything crazy is going to happen, but you will get a little bit of volume in that time. And that will probably be for the session. If you only get one good trade for the day, that's it. Call it that. If you see markets are moving, leave it there. That's what we spoke about yesterday. If you're already 2% up on the day, whatever the case is, call it. It's a winning day. You made your profits. Come back to the markets tomorrow when you can see them moving. But Chris, good having you out there, my brother. It's always an interesting one when he's back.
Sorry, just for Turtle Trader. In your video, the US 31, do you talk about market structure?
I think a
really?
little bit, but in project, I don't know Turtle Trader in Prodigy, but in Prodigy, our education center, we have market structure.
Okay, so Turtle Trader, that will be discussed in the video I'm shooting hopefully either today or tomorrow. But if not, Project G has got it. But don't join. Please don't join Project G. Wait for the free video. Right, Keeks.
There we go. Hits like track exactly there, bro. Ready if you're 1% up. Honestly, don't try to force anything. If there is anything on the markets, leave it there. You're already up for the day and have it as an update. But yeah, Chad, I'll see you guys a little bit later for New York session. It is always good being here. But Chad, peace and love, baby. And we'll see you guys a little later. Cheers, Chad.
Thank you.
starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always had a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rise. Rise, pulling my size, trying to make sense of it all comprise. Yeah, highs, been in these skies. I was stuck down, feeling paralyzed, but I'm up now. We all too late to fall. Yeah, anyone coming, I'ma lift them all. Never look down when there's risk involved. I got guts, got a lot, I gotta risk it all. Ain't got no feelings, we just floating. Yeah, I'm that grain of sand that made it out the ocean. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.
So rise up, rise up. We are the apocalypse in a pill that keeps us floating. As we fly above the stars, the light won't scare us falling. So rise up. Way too great to be landed. Rise up. Way too great to be standing.
They never gonna stop us, fly by them like choppers. Better took those risks, hold one of my fists, we fly as starters. Let's go, one of them